Okay guys, I'm right here for another car review. For this review, I have an Infiniti QX80. This is the big boy right here. So this is the luxury sibling of the Nissan Armada. So I'm gonna do a quick review of this QX80, just go over the interior, exterior, all that stuff, the performance. I'm gonna try to compare this luxury large SUV to the likes of the Cadillac Escalade, and I'm gonna swing by a Lexus dealership to see about the LX, if they have it in stock. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and see what we have right here. 2021 Infiniti QX80 Lux. This is not four-wheel drive. This option actually is two-wheel drive. I'll get to more of that in a second. But everything on here is pretty much the same except for the four-wheel drive system. You have a 400 brake horsepower V8, 413 foot-pounds of torque, 5.6 liters is the displacement. So the base price of the QX80, the Lux four-wheel drive, will actually be $72,000. You got the idea of the base price of this vehicle. So I just did a little mini walk around of the truck already, but let's go over the exterior design real quick. So if this design looks very familiar to you, then yes, it is a pretty much ancient design. It's still on the same platform as it was in 2010, but yet again, just like that previous Infiniti QX50, the 2017 I had, this was actually the QX56. So the QX was always its name. Then Infiniti changed its whole market scheme to SUVs with the Qs. It started off life as a QX56, the 56 meaning 5.6 liter V8. Obviously this is the 80, so it's above the, the QX50, QX60, just to let you know where it stands up in the lineup. Over the past years, Infiniti's made some slight adjustments to the vehicle. Obviously you can tell about the rear, the tail lights and all that stuff. Not much on the side proportions, not much you could do except for probably changing the wheels. And then the front fascia, it looks completely different from the 2010 model, but still has that familiar QX 56/80 design. But this one ain't so bad. It's not overly done. It's not like a Lexus with a huge gaping grille. It suits well with the lineup, the Infiniti lineup as well. But it's not overdone. So the styling wise, you may be intrigued to, look at one of these large SUVs until you get in it. But before I get in it, here's the key. If this key looks familiar, then yes. Nissan is still, for some reason, using this key in particular with the QX80. They have a new key design, I believe like in the Q50 and some QX60s. But for some odd reason, for 2021, when you spend $70,000, you still have this key. It's still light, it still works, it's easy to use and stuff like that. But my goodness, but yeah, I'd be kind of upset if I had this key for $70,000. But nevertheless, the doors are locked. Press the button, it makes a small little chime to unlock the door. So you press once, obviously just the drive door will open. So now you press it once, press it twice, then obviously all the doors will unlock. I just stated it has graphite interior color. Being 6'9", same with the Nissan Armada. This is one of the smallest large SUVs you can actually try to get into. The likes of the Ford Expedition, Chevrolet Tahoe, and just blows it away. I mean, look, it looks like I'm driving like a little sedan, but with short driving distance, I mean, it will do. Going out of town, if you're above 6'5", yeah, you probably won't look at the other competitors for better leg room. But nevertheless, let's just go over this interior. So, I mean, presentation wise, okay, you do have two screens, and this is nothing new. For 2021, you now have this screen, finally. It's not like the old dull, climate control and all that stuff that you saw in my 2020 Nissan Armada review. So now, for some reason, I'm not sure why it took so long, Infiniti integrated this into the QX80. Now, what's kind of weird is for the Nissan Patrol in the Middle East, they use this screen, but the new Nissan Armada, which if I have time today, I don't want to make this video too long. I may try to squeeze in the Nissan Armada. We'll see. I mean, it looks good. But until you put your foot on the brake and you start it up. At the top is the maps, which I have no complaints about the maps. It works perfectly fine. It may look a little dated, but this is a vehicle manufacturer's actual map system. You actually control the maps configuration down over here. While touching anything, you can pitch in and zoom in, all that stuff. And when you zoom in, I mean, it does show a good picture of where you're at, where the road is, stuff like that. So no complaints on that end. So one is like an OLED screen, I would say. The dark black color is very dark and rich. And on this one, it looks like a LCD screen. I mean, both work when the sun is out beaming, which is not right now. It's kind of cloudy. I mean, it doesn't match whatsoever. So that's a huge turn off for me. So on this little screen down here, you can fill with the climate control, the audio, and stuff like that. Up here is obviously just the maps. And then if you plug up your phone, you'll have your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, all at the top screen. And this will still be the exact same with the audio and climate and stuff like that. But my problem, again, the same with the Nissan Armada, is the rear climate is not synchronized with the front climate. Infiniti also changed its whole gear lever design for 2021. So this is the two-wheel drive option. If it's the four-wheel drive, you have the auto 4 high, 4 low option down over here. Decent sized cup holders, 12-volt socket, USB type C, small little storage space right here. Cubby space down here is kind of small for this large of a SUV. For 2021, the gauge cluster is slightly different as well. Different little font, and I accidentally turned on the tow mode. Gotta turn that off. All windows are automatic down and up, and the rear windows do go all the way down, which I like, and they go up pretty fast as well. Yeah, it's pretty simple in here, but nothing in here screams I've spent $70,000+ on this brand new truck. Presentation wise, yeah, it looks good, like I said, until you start it up. So hopping in, you get these little captain's chairs with the stuff in the center right here. And as you can see, you only have one sunroof just for the front side. No panoramic roof. Again, all of its competitors have some type of panoramic roof. Okay, I know this truck is based off a 2010 platform, but if a Chrysler 300 can have a panoramic roof, then so can a $70,000+ truck. So sitting back here, I put the seat up just a little bit. Of course, I'm gonna have just a little bit of room. And since it does not have the panoramic roof, I do have a good amount of headroom as well. You have a climate control vents up here, nice position for them. You have more room in here than you do up in the front. You have cup holders down here as well. Need to get out and show you. When you pull this little thing right here, you do have some more storage space. I'm pretty sure you could probably put a fridge, or an option that would be a refrigerator for a higher trim level. You can control the climate control back here as well, turn it on. Okay, again, this does not look like you spent $70,000 on a truck. You do have 2 USB outlets back here, and also just like the Nissan Armada, which is pretty good. If you want to put something in the front, just press the button right here. You can put something in and take something out if you want to, without having to go all the way up like this and ask someone to get something for you. Now onto the third row. Pull a lever right here and it folds up. Good entry point, obviously, if you want to have kids back here as well. You can also fold the second row down. Let's see how you can do that. Of course, adults may come back here, obviously not someone 6'9", but recline the third row back here if you sure wish to. Now let's go to the trunk. Press the button, doors are still unlocked. Comes up nice and slowly, but it comes up. And when it does, got a nice little socket out here as well if you want to plug up something down here. You can lower the seats, obviously. It being automatic, it is kind of slow, but at least it's labeled to the right side or to the left. More storage space. Down here, you got your little jack and all that stuff. So I just went over the interior and the exterior. Not much to go over. A lot of complaints about it, but nevertheless, pop open that hood. Now this is something I do like. about the Infiniti slash Nissans. I could just show you on the MSRP sheet. 5.6 liter V8, made it to a 7-speed automatic gearbox, 400 brake horsepower, 413 foot-pounds of torque. Lovely motor. I like this motor a lot. It sounds great. It gets up and goes. This is actually the only engine option available on this truck as well. No 4-liter, no V6 turbo, no hybrid. Let's go for a very short drive because this is a big truck. It's not a performance car. I mean, for handling wise, you know it's gonna handle. It's gonna be a big boat and all that stuff. Like, here's another thing, which may be something small to people. It still uses an old-fashioned foot brake. That's how you know, again, it's still an old truck, but at least give it credit. It's nice and smooth. It's not like a hard foot brake like you have like in the Chrysler 300. But again, its competitors went to electronic parking brake. So let's go for a quick little drive and see how it does. I love this powertrain. I really do. 400 brake horsepower, 5.6 liter V8. The gearbox is fantastic. That's what I like about it as well. Doesn't skip a beat. You hear the intake? Sounds great. It does absorb the bumps pretty well, but it does still vibrate throughout the cabin. It's more of a stiff ride, I would say. The seat comfort is comfortable to some. It's on the firm side, but yet again, some ain't like that. But let's get on the highway to see how quiet it is. Actually, before I go on the highway, I want to show you one more thing before I forget. I did overlook this and I do apologize. And just like from Cadillac, okay, put this little lever right here, a screamer up here. So it's a rearview mirror. That obviously there's a camera back there. Kind of see too much of the glare of the window up here. But the picture quality in person is absolutely fantastic. But yet again, when you see stuff like this and then you put the truck in reverse, for some odd reason, you get this piss poor quality that it has a bird's eye view. Okay, that's nice. You can change the the view and all that stuff. Okay, so you can see the angle of the front wheels. You see I'm turning it. I'm turning the wheel. You can see the angle turning. All right, so that turns and all that stuff. But the picture quality, especially this at night, is horrendous. This truck to me is a perfect example of going one step forward and two steps backwards. I'm sorry, it is. You want to get up to speeds up to 80 miles an hour. It gets up there pretty quick for how heavy this truck is. I'm not for sure how the new Escalade and the new Yukon and all that stuff stack up against this. And that beeping you hear is because I got a little too close to the lanes. Obviously I hit those few bumps. But yeah, cruising along. Again, it is very windy, so I'm hearing the wind, but when I drove up here earlier, it was very silk smooth going 80 miles an hour. So for cruising wise, it's not so bad. So Mr. Joshua, the car salesperson, he's walking out right now, but we had a good talk about the Armada, and I'm just gonna go over a few things really quick. I'm gonna hurry up and go over the exterior. This is not a Nissan Armada review, but let's go ahead and go over it. So this is the Midnight Edition. It's a higher trim level than like an SV or SL. Bigger wheels, everything's like blacked out, okay? So this is black just like how the Infiniti is black as well, but this is now the same trim level matching wise, okay? On to the second row, everything's blacked out, obviously no floor mats in here, so I'm trying not to sit in here. But you do have the captain's chairs just like the Infiniti. Let's just hop up in here. The seat comfort is fantastic. New Nissan badge, brand new gauge clusters for the Nissan Armada. Different layout down here as well. So this is actually different. So The Armada is up here, while the QX80s will be down over here. The little button right here you can do and change all this stuff. It's not as fast as the Cadillacs, but that's another review in this time. You do have wireless charger down here, so this whole infotainment is so much better. Look, as I'm sitting up here, everything is up here. The audio, all that stuff is right at the driver's eye. This is how it's supposed to be. This is why I prefer the Nissan Armada so much over the QX80. And just even looking at it, this is the SL two-wheel drive, okay? You get the same 5.6 liter V8, 400 brake horsepower, 413 foot-pound of torque, 7-speed automatic gearbox, okay? Same safety features. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay is wireless, which is pretty cool. And the total price of this is $60,000. So climate control is simple, easy to use. And yeah, it still has a stupid, okay, rear on and off, stuff like that. But you can turn it off within a button. You don't have to go through a different menu, stuff like that. This is just so much simpler than the Infiniti. And yeah, that's pretty much a quick little review of the 21 Nissan Armada versus the 21 QX80. Thank you, Joshua, Cool Springs, Nissan, for your time and patience. Come check them out as well, and actually check out this Nissan Armada. I really am digging it. So I'm back at this Cadillac dealership as I was with the Cadillac XTS here in Brentwood. Andrew's Cadillac. It's Herman Butler. Thank you guys so much. I'm not for sure if this is for me, but I'm just going to record it anyways. This is still the long wheelbase version, but hey, if this is what they're going to give me, I ain't going to complain.
You set your gauges. You can just press it and set your gauges. That's your navigation system there.
And it pulls up right in the middle. I like that.
In the middle. This is your augmented screen here.
Wow.
That's your navigation system there.
And all you gotta do is just keep, wow.
And you got your navigation system there too. So you can have navigation in both places. This is your augmented screen here. Augmented screen is where you can be driving down the road. And
wow.
Gauges there, where the augmented screen, you got to get the destination in there. The destination will show you where to turn. The symbol is showing you where to turn. Start off small and get bigger as you get closer to where you turn. That's a mirror camera.
Yes.
Push forward. That's a regular traditional camera.
Yes,
that's
sir.
your mirror camera looking straight out the rear end of the car. Stick your phone in there for a second.
Yeah, real quick.
Slide it down in there. Your phone is charging.
Wow. It is? It can do that? Wow.
See the lightning bolt right there?
Yeah.
It's charging.
Okay.
So anytime you put your phone in there, driving around, it charges and you just stick it in there.
The Infiniti doesn't even have that.
And the thing about that is it doesn't, when you stick it in there, you're driving around it, it's not flopping around in the car.
Yeah, I can tell, yeah.
It's charging. This is your information system there, where you can go through and check the system out. Volume control is a small button. The big button there is for controlling here. You can control here without putting your fingerprints on the wall.
And it's extremely quick.
Yep. Push the button right there in the middle to the back.
Right here?
Yep. Push back up on it. Let it go.
See, this is what I just left the Infiniti dealership, Nissan dealership. They do not have a panoramic roof. No. Captain's chairs. Wow.
And those are TVs. They're not DVD players.
Right.
Put it back here.
All right, let's go back there real quick.
Get your phone. So go on TV, so you can use a Fire Stick, Amazon TV. It's actual TV, not just DVD player.
Gotcha.
You can, these seats fold down, move back and forth, push the navigation system there.
Don't tell me it's going to do it.
That's the actual navigation system for up front navigation system.
That is ridiculous. Wow.
Kids ask you how far?
Damn no. Yeah, who did? That's pretty cool. Yep, there I saw it.
That is right there.
This opens up pretty quick versus the Infiniti.
And so you want to get back here.
Another good observation, it's power operated and it goes down faster.
Yeah.
Besides while you holding it the whole entire way. And wow, that tilts up.
The seats up from back here.
All right, cool.
And you also have your storage there.
Yes, sir.
USB ports there on both sides.
Yes, sir.
And if you kick again, something that Cadillac did, General Motors, is that your windshield wiper is stored up under there.
Yes.
It has its own position. That's your open your trunk right there.
Press the button. Ah, nice. So I was gonna go over all the stuff again after the sales associate was finished, and I just got to taking pictures. But as of right now, he has another customer on it, and I'm just honestly just blown away by the Escalade. And of course, it's a long wheelbase version. That's a model he pulled out for me, so I'll just go ahead and just take it. But once again, thank you, Cadillac, Brentwood, Tennessee, for the review. Thank you again, Mr. Butler. Now I know that has to cost like 100 grand, so that's $30,000 plus the differences. Yeah, this doesn't have the TVs in the back and all that stuff, but still, I just wanted just a good feel of the truck. Being 6'9", you know how Chevrolet is. You know how General Motors is with its trucks and vehicles. Got plenty of leg room. But let's try our luck one more time at a Lexus dealership. And let's see, so it's 2 o'clock. I'm sorry that every dealership I go to is right next to a busy road or a highway, but I literally just pulled up here at Lexus of Nashville, which is out of Metro Center, if you know the Tennessee area. And Mr. Paul right here, I just pulled up to him. He was walking by, and I just rolled down my window and I asked about the LX. He said, yeah, I got the key. And he's with a customer. He stopped what he was doing and just walked over here and unlocked the SUV for me. So this is my first time as well looking at a 2021, not for sure what year it is. I literally just pulled up. He told me to pull up here. Let's see the MSRP sheet. Again, sorry for the road noise. This is 2021 LX 570. This one is priced at $100,000. So obviously it's gonna be $30,000 more, but you can get a QX80, I'm pretty sure 80, even close to $90,000. So let's just talk about the bare basic of the two. You do have a split-in tailgate, which is actually pretty good. I push a button and you can push it back up as well. Or push it to the side, look at that. All this stuff's still in Japanese. That is pretty cool. First aid kit. This is my first impression of the LX as well. So let's go get inside real quick. Now, second row, leather seats. This is about on par with the Infiniti. The seats are comfortable and they are power operated, just like the Nissan and an Infiniti. So you only have one sunroof option, no panoramic roof. Headroom will be a struggle. So the Infiniti, Nissan just beats the Toyota / Lexus on the headroom department. You do have a sunshade back here, so you can just lift this up and plunk that on the top right there. This is also dated, but again, it's got that little Toyota / Lexus heritage that you really can't beat. So let's see how I fare in the Lexus LX. So you see, look how much more leg room I have. Look how much more free room I have in the Lexus. And the trunk is still open, so that's why you can still hear everything. The wood grain feels nice. This wood grain feels nice as well. The climate control, all that stuff is still down here, similar to the Infiniti, just without it being a screen. But the screen is kind of still up here as well. Heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. All the whole, four-wheel drive option is over here. It does have electronic parking brake, which I'm actually surprised about. I was expecting still in the handbrake, but I'm pretty sure the Land Cruiser you still have it. Cup holders up here, a little too close over to the climate controls. Nice storage space here. The gauge clusters remind me of a Toyota 4Runner a little bit, but other than that, it's still good. 3 seating positions and all that stuff. But I'm more comfortable in this and have more leg room than the Nissan / Infiniti. So that's it. That's pretty much a quick little review of the Lexus. Want to make it quick and short. Styling wise, it's subjective. It is a big gaping front end, but you do have good ground clearance. It's a beautiful truck. It's a nice truck. But this is completely on par. Now, would you spend extra 30 grand on this? I don't know. That'd be your choice. But I'm gonna cut this short real quick, take some pictures. I'm about to head on out. So that's it. That's all I needed to do. Get the Cadillac, Lexus, Nissan. So thank you guys so much. All All right, Mr. Paul, thank you so much. Rosa L. Parks Boulevard, that's where it's located. Call it just Metro Center still, but that's how we do it. Now, so I'm gonna get my final thoughts about the 2021 QX80. Was I too hard on it? Was I expecting too much out of it? Now looking at the Lexus LX 570, seeing that $100,000 price tag, that was heavy. And to be honest with you, with the Lexus, I'm not sure if the Lexus have these type of captain's chairs in the inside, but all in all, it's on par with the Lexus platform. It's both dated, both naturally aspirated 5.6 or 5.7 liter V8s. The Toyota being which a 6-speed automatic gearbox. But the Toyota/Lexus has that heritage that you could go anywhere in the world. Okay, now the QX80 isn't necessarily young, but yet again, it's not really that old. I don't hear that many stories about someone putting 300, 400,000 miles on a truck and it's still smooth and no maintenance issues. So only time will tell with the Infiniti/Nissan brands. At nighttime, it blings out with its LEDs. You can lower, raise them up, all that stuff. I was just wishing just a little bit more from the interior. I know this is more like a refresh, but still, I just want to look a little like, yes, it's gonna last me X amount of miles, or yes, this is luxury. I've spent $100,000. Look at this interior, like the Cadillac. I mean, for 60 grand, again, in Nissan Armada, you get wireless charging. You know, that's not even available in this truck for some reason. Let's go ahead and skip to the chase. Should you purchase this thing? Well, obviously that choice is up to you. If I'm gonna spend $70,000, $80,000, I'll even look at a base price Escalade. Now, sadly, the thought just occurred to my mind. I didn't even include the leaking navigator. I'm not saying that the navigator is forgettable by any means whatsoever. I just didn't have enough time to review it for today. Does it look like a $70,000 truck to you? And if you can answer that question yes, then hey, go for it. But me, nah. I'll actually save $11,000 and purchase a Nissan Armada. But if I want to go all out, I will look at the likes of the Escalade. That is the game changer for me. That thing was fantastic. The screens on the dash, that was absolutely beautiful. That was a huge game changer. But my time has come up with the QX80 and get back to my Pontiac G8. Thanks, a special shout out to every dealership that I visited today for your time and patience. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you guys later.